Ladies and gentlemen, we're here live from the Franklin Soundstage. I'm Michael, and we're here with Mark Handelman. How you doing, Mark?
Pretty good, Michael. How are you?
Doing good. So, Mark, it's a pleasure to have you here today. We're excited to talk about you and your business endeavors. Let's first talk about you. You're into cheese.
Yes, I'm the cheesy guy.
You have a place called Good Taste Fine Wine and Spirits. Now, you do wine and cheese, correct?
Well, it's two different stores because in New York State, you have to maintain that type of separation between retail, grocery, and wine and spirits. Has to be two separate operations. So we're actually two stores, but adjacent to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And the original store was the food market, which we call the Good Taste Epicurean Food Market, because the store was originally based on a philosophy that came from Epicurus, who was a Greek philosopher, and who believed that if you're going to eat something, it should be the best tasting food that you can find. And that was his philosophy, and that's the philosophy that was the cornerstone of the food market when we established it, to have food ingredients and food products that were the most delicious and the best quality that you could get anywhere, and that you probably would have difficulty getting anywhere else, in supermarkets, for example, because these are brands that are basically artisan, small batch, nothing is mass produced. We have lots of cheeses, as you mentioned. Many of them are imported, but also many local cheeses. The commonality is that they're all handmade, they're all artisan cheeses, and they're absolutely delicious, and you would have a hard time finding them anyplace else.
Now, that's how I got introduced to your place. I went to an event, someone had this amazing cheese, and I had to hunt you down.
Well, if you wanted that cheese, you had to hunt me down.
Yeah. You have a really nice setup, but that's what I got introduced to, the cheese. But there's so much more going on than just your cheeses. You have a lot of different canned goods. You even do events in your shop.
Yes, we do lots of events, particularly related to the art world. We have lots of local artists who use our walls to to exhibit their work. We also have art shows for individual artists. We were on the Stagecoach Run Art Festival this year, which meant that one of the local artists used our back room as a place to exhibit his body of work. We show films about artists and art. Some of them are, very serious documentaries.
Now, the first thing I'm going to say is why. First of all, why cheese? Why wine? Why art? What inspires you? What moves you to do all these things?
Well, I think that food is a very important part of our lives. It symbolizes caring and love and affection, and when you feed somebody, it is an act of love. And I think art has a similar kind of meaning for people. It's aesthetic, and it's pleasing, and it makes you feel that you rise above the everyday stresses of life and get into a whole different plane. And I think food does that too. So the store is really focused on people who are serious home cooks and foodies, and for whom food has this wonderful effect of taking them out of the doldrums of everyday life and taking them to another plane, and that's what art does too. So that's where the commonality is. I think that's where the cross section is, the intersection. And wine, of course, goes with cheese. It's organic. I mean, people come into the store and they buy cheese and they say, okay, where's the wine? And, it took us a very long time to get a license to do this with the wine because it's very difficult to get a liquor license in New York State. And it was almost 3 years before we finally got the license. And we just opened up the wine and spirits operation, which, as I said, is a separate store right next door to the food market. We only opened up about 3 weeks ago. And I think that there's been a great reception and support for it on the part of the community. And I'm hoping other related communities, towns that have no liquor stores that are close by. It's not just Franklin now, but, we're very close to Unadilla and Morris and Gilbertsville, and those are towns that, have no liquor or wine facilities. And so I hope they'll see Franklin as being a great alternative to having to travel 12 or 15 or 18 miles to get a bottle of wine, particularly in the winter when it's snowing.
Well, talking to you before sitting down today, you have a background in helping people in need, social service areas, not-for-profit areas. Do you find that transitioning and working in the food sector, you're still being able to give back and help people as well?
Absolutely. People come into our store and feel very comfortable. Somebody said that we become the new barbershop for the community because, in the old days, there was the barbershop was the meeting place where people got together and got caught up on what was going on in the community. And that's really what's happened with our food market. I think people have, a feeling of comfort, and they can meet other people there who they know and haven't seen, and they want to catch up with. We provide complimentary coffee for people to, make them feel even more comfortable while they're there.
Wow.
And it's a place, recently there was an article about us in the local newspaper, the Franklin Register, and basically it was, the headline on the article was, a place of engagement, or for engagement, I should say, a place for engagement. And that's what we see the food market being. In addition to being a place where you can get wonderful food products and ingredients to make wonderful dishes at home, it's also a place where you can engage with people, other people in the community, and also with myself. And so I think, it's been very helpful to people in a lot of ways to have a place that's not just a store where you can buy ingredients to cook with, but also kind of a community-based center, because there really is no community center in Franklin right now.
So is there a website or social media where people could find about events and check you out? Also, the address of your shop.
Sure. The address is 438 Main Street, but it's in the rear of the historic brick building that sits on Main Street. It's in the, you have to go up a driveway on the side of the main building and go to the rear where there's a parking area, and that's where there'll be a low-grade building, street-level building that is the food market, and now right next door to it, another gray building with a different entrance that is the wine shop, Wine and Spirits. Nice. And so that's 438 Main Street in Franklin. And the website is, for the food market, is goodtastefoodmarket.com. And we now have one for the wine shop, and it's goodtastewines.com.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. We appreciate you. And definitely see all the effort that you're putting in, not only to the shop, to the community, to the creative community, and we appreciate you.
Well, thank you very much, and it's my pleasure to have been here.
Awesome. All right, I'm Michael, and you're here live at the Franklin Soundstage. Have a good one, everybody.